everyone! Today I want to talk about one of the many reasons I don't use physical or psychological intimidation when training dogs. And that is because I want to condition my cue, or what other people call command, into something that's called a secondary reinforcer. What does that mean? It means that when I say a cue, like sit, it not only makes the dog feel good when I say it and makes them want to do the behavior, but it can also reinforce the previous behavior. So for example, if you ask for 3 minutes of tricks or maybe obedience, that every time you say the next cue, it can reinforce the previous behavior if that cue has become a secondary reinforcer. So it's pretty cool. The problem with not conditioning cues as secondary reinforcers is that sometimes they can have a punishing quality. So if you're using intimidation when you say your cues like sit, down, and things like that, every time you say your cue, it's almost like you've punished the behavior your dog has just done, and it can make the dog feel frustrated, anxious, and even feel punished. So I like to make sure that my cues become secondary reinforcers, and if they're not, I have to figure out why they're not. I don't think saying no or is extremely cruel or extremely aversive to dogs unless you had an extremely soft dog or a feral dog or something like that. But what happens is it can water down the reinforcement value of your cue. So for me, I like to make my cues as strong as possible so that the cue always predicts reinforcement. Or for example, if the dog hasn't done the behavior right, I will redirect the dog, and then I will figure out a way to build back the relationship of the stimulus-response association, where the dog hears the cue and immediately does the behavior happily. Because when that doesn't happen, there is something wrong. So instead of asking for the behavior again or using punishment, I'll go back and figure out a way to build that cue back into a secondary reinforcer and something that the dog is triggered to want to do the behavior when they hear the cue. Are you ready? Go around. Left turn, right turn, left turn, right turn. As you can see, left turn, right turn. Wish is enjoying, left turn, the behaviors that I'm asking her to do. Right turn, and she's waiting to see what next is going to happen. Are you ready? Go crazy. Wait, unwind. Wait. Ready? And you can see she really, she's not used to me talking. Hup. She really enjoys doing the behaviors because they're fun and they've always been associated with positive reinforcement. So every time I cue her to do something, she really enjoys it, as well as visual cues like I'm doing now. Ready? Can you do both? Pause. Drop. Tight. Twirl, go between. Twirl, spooky. Twirl, butt. So as you can see, every time I cue her to do a different behavior, it's acting like a secondary reinforcer to the behavior she just did, go between. So she's not frustrated and she's enjoying every moment of the routine, and I don't have to use an intimidating tone of voice with her to get her to want to do the behaviors with me. Okay, get it. Good. Bring. Drop. Even my cue drop has been trained with reinforcement, so she actually likes dropping it, and it reinforces the retrieve.